of the world, now I'm living. And the good just gets better, keeps on giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah.
Hey there, thanks so much for joining me. It's Ann Perry, and today's topic of discussion is the master number 33. So I know you've heard me talk a lot about the master number 11, and I've also covered the number 22, but I've yet to cover the master number 33. So let's find out, what exactly is the master number 33 all about? What are they here to master anyway? Let's go find out. So first of all, I want to discuss what actually is a master number. Let's make sure that we're very clear on what a master number actually is. So a master number does not imply that you are a master of anything. And you know, I kind of chuckle every now and again when I get messages from people saying, oh, damn, you know, I thought I was a master number, now I'm not. You know, I'm just a 6, or I'm just a 4, or I'm just a 2, right? Are you kidding me? That's good news, because the master numbers have a very high vibration, right? That brings forth a much bigger challenge than being just a 2, a 4, or a 6 all by itself. So the term master simply means to master the lessons relating to the duplicate numbers. So for example, the master number 11 has a double need to focus on that one lesson, you know, the lesson around the number 1. So a double need for independence rather than codependence, creativity and leadership, originality, ingenuity, inventing, all those sorts of things come from the number 1. So there's a double need to be all of that to master the lessons related to the double ones. And when we look at the master number 22, we have a double need to learn the lessons regarding patience and partnership and sensitivity. So remember that when we're looking at a master number, we've got 2 numbers to the left of the slash. So we've got an 11, a 22, or a 33. So the big lesson that we have to learn is to the right of that slash. So in the case of the 11, 1 plus 1 equals 2. So that the main lesson would be about the 2. But the sub-lessons relating to the 11 would be the double number 1 energy. That's what you're here to master so that you can be the best 2 you can be. In the case of the 22, the big lesson we learn is around the 4. But the sub-lessons relating to the 4 is a 2. Okay, so double intensity of the 2. Likewise with the 33, it's double intensity of the 3 sub-lesson, so you can be the best number 6 that you can be. So a master number implies that you are an older soul, okay? Somebody with a lot of life experience. You're somebody that holds a lot of cellular memory because you've been here and done that many, many times. So you have incarnated many times, or you would not have been given the opportunity to work with the master number energy. And I know that it feels overwhelming at times, and I know that you feel like you guys are so stressed out all the time and you're just wired a little tightly, right? But trust me when I tell you, you do have it in you to be able to manage this energy, or they would not have given you the opportunity to work with it in this lifetime. So the master number holds a much higher vibration than those that are not master numbers. You guys vibrate up here, the rest of us vibrate down here. So you're constantly trying to figure out, how do I fit in? How do I navigate between here and here? I want to fit in. I want to join the masses here because I have a need to make a difference and whatnot, but I don't want to sacrifice my special vibration, which is up here. That's what I incarnated to be. Okay, this is who I incarnated to be, with that super high vibration and lessons associated with that. So a lot of master numbers will tell me that they feel a little different. They feel like they don't fit in. They feel like this isn't even their planet, you know, that beam me up, Scotty, because, you know, my spaceship has left the building. I'm waiting for it to pick me back up again. So this brings in a really high sense of sensitivity related to master numbers. When you have a double need to learn a lesson regarding the 1 or the 2, or in this case the 3, it's going to bring in more sensitivity than others. So let's talk about what are the unique lessons related to the master number 33. So double intensity of the lesson relating to the number 3. Okay, so remember that the sub-lessons exist to the left of the slash. The main lesson exists to the right of the slash. But in order for you to be a 6, in this case, you're not coming in just as a 6 life path number. It's far more intense to be a 33-6 than it is to just be a 6. So we need to learn how to express ourselves. Okay, if you're a 33, you need to learn the lessons with regards to the number 3, which is all about self-expression. Improve upon your communication skills. So the 3 is all related to how well do I communicate. The 3 also is related to allowing spirit to channel energy, creative energy, through you. Understanding that life is happening through you rather than to you. You're not a victim of circumstances, right? Things are happening through you for a reason. So allowing yourself to trust in the divine, to channel creative inspirations through you that you're intended to share with other people is a big part of this journey. Learning how to manage your hypersensitivity, okay? Resisting the need to set the bar too high. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're very self-critical, very hard on yourselves. So you do set the bar very, very high. And so what happens when we set the bar so high is that we have a tendency to sabotage our efforts. So it leaves you feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm, whatever, I'm just not enough. And that can be really self-sabotaging when you do this, right? So we want to make sure that we're able to set the bar at a reasonable level so as not to sabotage our efforts. We need to find ways to inspire and teach others with the creativity that you have. So how does the number 6 play a part in the 33-6 life path number? Well, the 6 is the teacher. When we take a look at that 6, you've heard me say it before, that 6 energy has got that big round belly associated with it. So when we think about the big round belly, we think about the pregnant mom, we think about the nurturer, we think about somebody in the home front with a real domestic focus. So this is the nurturer. The number 6 is the nurturer, somebody who has a real need to be of service. They're very family focused, okay? They can be very involved with their families and their extended families just as much. Very responsible people. They take their responsibilities to heart. Very, very creative, very supportive and devoted. They're very much about the other guy, right? They just want to be of service to other people. So as you know, there are positive sides and there are negative sides to each life path number. Now, this is a little bit unique in this sense because we're not talking about just the number 3 and just the number 6. We're talking about the combined energy of the 33 and also the 6. So if somebody has a life path number of 33-6, this is somebody who is very much the humanitarian. On the positive side, they're very much the humanitarian. They're very focused on helping other people. The negative side of that, the way that they express themselves in a negative way, could be that they're a little too self-absorbed. They're a little bit too involved in themselves. They're not paying attention to the needs of others. They're kind of wallowing in their own stuff. So they're a little bit more fixed on their own personal agendas. On the positive note, they can be very supportive, very loving, very accepting. The negative side, which tends to come from the 6 energy, is somebody who is quite judgmental, very critical, self-righteous. They have vision and they have a sense of idealism that sometimes gets away from them. It gets a little bit too big. So they set the bar very high for themselves and for everybody else around them. The positive side of the 33-6 is somebody who's very creative, very joyful, very inspired. The negative side of that could be that somebody is very self-critical and they sabotage their efforts, as we talked about earlier. The positive side, sensitive to other people's needs, once again, loves their family, loves to be the nurturer, loves to be the person that just takes care, brings in, the house. You used to go there when you were a kid, I certainly did, where, the grandmother was living there baking all the bread and making sure the kids all felt comfortable, and that was the hangout that you went to because they fed you really well. And the house always smelled like, cookies or homemade bread or a really nice home-cooked meal when you would come in. They make you feel very comfortable, very welcome in the home. You always feel like you're part of the family. The negative side of that can be that they are overly sensitive while using this sensitivity as a weapon, meaning that they can't do certain things because somebody hurt their feelings, or I just can't go there because I just can't get past that argument that we had, that sort of thing. They can become very meddlesome, that comes sort of from the 6 energy. The meddlesome part of it says that they see things their way, and that's the only way to see it. And they for example, they might be the one that says, oh, I have to rise to the occasion for my family because my sister certainly wouldn't do it, or my brother's not going to do it, or, oh, my sister-in-law, are you kidding me? She's not a good mother, and that sort of thing. So they kind of get themselves involved in family issues based on their own judgment. Can get them into a little bit of trouble. The positive side is that they find ways to use their creative potential to inspire other people for healing and for service, right? Again, it's all about being of service to other people, but it's finding a way to use that creativity, extreme creativity, double 3 energy, extreme creativity, finding a way to use that creativity and to be able to express it in a way that benefits other people. So on the negative side of that, they have a very poor self-image, okay, and they blame others for their shortcomings. Positive side has a very balanced attitude towards perfectionism, okay. They can cut themselves some slack, they can leave some room for error, they understand that nothing is perfect. It's always subject to how other people perceive it, and themselves, right? So it's a personal opinion. It doesn't have to be, they don't have to strive for perfectionism all the time. The negative side of that would be that they might hold the standards way too high for themselves and for other people around them. I know a lot of sixes in particular that do this, and it causes a lot of alienation within the home. You know, it's hard for the kids to have a relationship with their parents when they feel that they can never meet their expectations. Again, the positive side, balanced sense of responsibility. The six is all about responsibility. I have to be responsible for everybody else. But the negative side says that they can be people who are irresponsible, but they can also use responsibility as a way to hide behind their insecurities. So somebody who's unbalanced in this area, who needs to use responsibility as a way to hide their insecurities. This is the person that grabs on for every responsibility, takes this on, takes that on, takes this on, you know, does the home and school, takes care of the parents, take care of the husband's parents, and anyway, just really a huge sense of responsibility. So those people are the people that need to kind of step back from that and say, okay, so what emotional need in me isn't being met that says I have to reach in and grab all this responsibility to maybe make myself feel better about myself? And when I take on all this crazy amount of responsibility, I end up feeling, you know, resentful, right? And I get really bitter about it. And then I get gossipy about it. And I start talking to people about it. I'm the only person that can do it. Why? Because you feel that you're the only person who can do it. And you have these perfectionistic standards that nobody can meet. So you kind of set that up for yourself, right? Okay, so what is the life purpose of the master number 33-6? Well, you've heard me talk about life purpose. And I do believe that life purpose is something that is not solid. Okay, this life purpose is changeable. It mutates, it morphs, it's flowing. Okay, it's like a river, it changes all the time. And every moment of every day gives you an opportunity to execute your life purpose. But in general terms, the master number 33 is here to find ways with which to use their extreme creativity to inspire and to enlighten others. They are here to learn how to tune into others' needs while finding ways of being of service to them and also to themselves, to express themselves in creative ways inspired by spirit to help and to heal others, to develop their communication skills, to learn how to work with their extreme sensitivity, and to find ways, creative ways, with which to inspire and teach other people. These guys are the master teachers, okay? They are here to use their words. They're here to use their old soul wisdom, right? They're here to use whatever way they can find a way to use their creativity to be of service to humanity. That's what they're here for. To help others to help themselves, okay? To use a very loving, sensitive approach in everything that they do. You can almost spot a 33-6 because they're very, very sensitive, but they always want the best for you. They will always put you first. That's it. That's it for today. I'm hoping that this helps you to understand a little further the number 33. I will be doing a video shortly to talk about the impact that the number 33 is going to have on November 2018. So there's some really interesting bits of information in there that we're going to talk about. So let's keep in touch. I have a new website. Can't wait for you to check it out. I'm really, really happy with it. It's very different from my old site, so I really hope you'll hop on over there and check it out. It's AnnPerry, Numerologist.com. I've also got some very active Facebook pages, some very, very active Facebook groups. You can check out Ann Perry Numerologist. And I'm also on Twitter as well. I'd love it if you would subscribe. Listen, guys, I have a goal. I want, by the end of 2018, my goal is to have 10,000 subscribers, and I'm getting pretty close. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing, if you haven't already, I would love you for that. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. Got any questions whatsoever, post them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.